Hello everyone and welcome to a new video of Firepower Threat Defense series. In this video, we are going to see how to manage access to our FMC when the users will be authenticating against the external radius server. So I have installed this Cisco ACS appliance here. That is going to work as a radius server. Let me show you that. Um, Instead of 46, its IP address is 101. Just give it a second. It should have, okay. I hit the wrong thing. It should be HTTPS. Okay, yes. Now here, let me log into it. Okay, so this is our ACS server. I'll just zoom in a bit and show you what settings I have made here. So in this, what I have done, I have added our FMC as a network device. This is our FMC, which I have added. And it is working as a it's only using the radius service from here, and I have added it as a it's shared secret as well. Okay, so that's the normal procedure whenever you add a device into Takax or a radius server. And I have evaluation license left 90 days. Now, other than that, I have added three users in its internal user database: Kavit, Shivam, and Soumya. These three users will be authenticating to the FMC here using an integration between FMC and ACS. So let's jump on to FMC. So I'm using Okta-based login base, which is basically SSO-based login to the FMC. So this is known as IDP initiated SSO, which I'm using to log into FMC. You see, I clicked app here and it took me to FMC automatically. If I start from FMC, that will be a service provider initiated. Then service provider goes to redirects to IDP. I authenticate against the IDP, and then I go back to the service provider, which is basically our FMC. Okay, so everything is set up. So on ACS, we have set up, added the FMC, and just created these three users. And yeah, this is our FMC. I have already made the settings in the FMC. We'll just go through them because there was a lot of settings to be made. Click here, in this gear shaped icon, then select users. The process goes same as we did for the LDAP server, but it's just, there was another option below the LDAP server, which was known as Radius. So that's why I have installed this ACS server to show that option. I'll go to external authentication. Okay. Okay, so here we are. This is my LDAP server, which we added last time, and this is my ACS server. In order to add this, I clicked on Add External Authentication Object, and then from the drop-down, I selected Radius. There were only two options, LDAP and Radius. LDAP we already did in the last video. This video was meant to be for the Radius, so that's what I'm going to show here. I log out from the ACS. We don't need ACS anymore here. That's it. I just did minimal configuration on it. You can say authentication method radius. It has a name ACS, and then the IP address and the port and the radius secret key that was added on the radius server for this FMC. And then the backup server, if you have another radius server, you can give it here. And then radius specific parameters: timeout, radius request timeout is 30 seconds and retry is 3. Okay, I have directly entered the usernames. So Radius user Kavit has access as access admin. Shivam is administrator, as Soumya is cybersecurity analyst. If you have multiple usernames, just press a comma and then give a space and add the username here. Also, default user role. Okay, if a user which does not have any specified role here will get this role. Security analyst, read only. Now, administrator CLI access user list, you have Shivam. Shivam is the only user who can connect to CLI. Kavit and Soumya cannot connect. Other than that, in the define custom radius parameters, there is one more radius parameter I have defined. Uh, this is not required. This is basically if you don't want to use usernames here and you want to assign the privileges or the authority or the user role as per the that specific attribute. Like I want to say FMC role is equal to administrator, then all those users will get administrator access. In such a way, you can add a custom role. If you don't want to use any existing role from the Radius server, then you need to define that custom role here as well, which is already defined on the Radius server, and then put that value here, like group equal to something, or maybe it is anything. I want to define just ABC equal to administrator. So ABC equal to administrator will get the administrator value. If ABC, whatever user on the Radius server will have ABC value as administrator will get this administrator role. Or you can keep is ABC equal to, I would say ABC equal to super user. So I will write here ABC equal to super user to get the administrator access of the FMC. Now let's save this configuration. You can test in the similar way, mentioning username and password here. You can click on test, and then FMC will let you know if your user is able to authenticate against that against this Radius server or not. And another thing, this is just saving the configurations. Once it saves, I will do a save and apply, and and then we will try to log in as Shivam and Som and Kavit and see the differences. Yeah, so let's do a save and apply. Save and apply. So another thing, when you will be, when this will be added, again, this will be in the disabled state. You need to enable it in order to, use this server to log into FMC. Okay, while it's doing its job, let's pop up another. I want to go in an incognito window, and I will be just zooming it a bit here. Okay, so you guys can see. And now I'll be hitting the FMC URL 192. Okay, okay, yeah, my configuration there is saved. Now let's log in as first. Let's log in as Shivam. Shivam is my username in the Radius. Okay, it's not on the LDAP. LDAP I have shivam.johari, and SSO I have shivam.johari at the late shivam.local. And let's put the password which is there on the Radius. So now it is authenticating me using that Radius server. And once I am authenticated, it has decided what role I need to get. It will show me the GUI area of the FMC. And yeah, I can also use this DuckDuckGo browser to log in as a different. I'll open the DuckDuckGo as well. Let's utilize all the browsers so we can, do this stuff quickly. So I'll say HTTPS colon and then double slash 192.168.253.45. Now, yep, my connection is not private. I'm aware about it. Just get me to the page. Yeah, I'll just zoom in a bit so you guys can see. Yep, and then here, let's log in as Kavit and then give it a password. Should be Kavit. Okay, here I'm logging as Kavit, and in here I've logged in as Shivam. You see, Shivam, I'm the administrator. I can go anywhere and do anything. So that's what I wanted to show you. Shivam has got the admin role. I'm gonna log out from Shivam, and on the other page I'll see if Kavit. Okay, Kavit's session is still going on. Also, I wanted to show you something. See, as soon as Shivam has authenticated, and Kavit has authenticated, their accounts are also created here, but the auth type, whatever is the auth, it will be set to external. Okay, external SSO is single sign-on, external is external, and then internal is internal. So you see, Kavit and Shivam have authenticated, so their accounts have come, and I'm admin, and I am Kavit is access admin. So if I edit Shivam here, come on, show me the page. Okay, while this is happening, let's see. Yeah, Kavit has successfully able to log in. You can see he can only see a few options and not other options because he's just access admin and he gets access to limited area. Now let's log out as Kavit from here just to save the resources. So FMC's resources are not busy with the things. And yeah, power of DuckDuckGo, clear all the cache and history. Done. Okay, there. Yes, you can see use external authentication method and administrator is externally set role. Okay, that's what I wanted to show you. Now, if I authenticate as SOM as well, it will also create a user for SOM. Okay, and then he'll be given the access of cybersecurity analyst role, and then later on he will be able to escalate his privileges to the admin role as configured in the SOM role. So this is SOM.gen. It will be treated as a different account. Let me show you login as SOM as well. SOM and then the SOM as password. Okay, SOM as a cybersecurity analyst. Quickly, I'll wait for. Okay, I think the authentication should have already been completed. I'll just refresh this page. If I see SOM as the account, I know yes, he has been successfully authenticated. His role is understood by the FMC, and the GUI is just about to load. Okay. Yeah. You see, Somas account is created. He's cybersecurity analyst, and he also have authentication type external. Okay. Now let me go here, and yeah, Somas page will load. We will also escalate the privileges for this radius user. Okay. Now it will be here on the top for Soma to escalate the privileges. I'm just waiting for the pop-up to come. And these rules, yeah, this is fine. I think, yeah, escalate the privileges. And Solomon needs to provide his own password again, and then I can escalate. Okay, while this is escalating the privileges, you know, we have covered the entire user section of the FMC. We know how to create local user accounts. We know how to create, custom roles. We know how to set up LDAP and Radius external authentication mechanisms. We have gone through setting up single sign-on based login to our FMC. So these four options we have covered. We also looked at configure permission escalation stuff. Yeah, and probably that's what I would say. We have covered all these stuff in that user section in order to manage the access to our FMC. Now you can see, yeah, SOM has escalated its privileges as an admin. I'll click on SOM and log him out just to save the resources. So FMC does not need to maintain a specific session for SOM. Yep, this section is now covered. So that's it for this video. And thank you for your time. And I'll see you in the next video. Till then, have a good day.